Hey everybody, it's Grant, and I am here with Gary, King Pokemon, and we're going to be talking today about Pokemon in general and where it's headed, and his awesome, amazing Pokemon collection. Welcome to the channel, Mr. Gary.
Well, it's a real pleasure, Grant. Thank you for having me here. And we had a great time tonight, and now we're topping it off with this. I'm very, very happy to be here.
Absolutely, yeah. We had a bit of bad news. We are currently, because of this event, I get to meet you and Andre and so many other amazing creators. So, truth be told, an experience and just meeting people, the pack was absolutely worth it.
Yeah, that's right. When you add up all those benefits, yeah, it was definitely worth it. We had a great time. We got to spend time together, and
For sure.
And this was going to lead to more.
I think so as well.
Yeah,
And it's such an honor to meet you. And I've always, since I saw you on Pawn Stars, I just thought it was awesome. It was a great episode. I'm a fan of Pawn Stars, and I'm definitely a fan of yours, sir.
Yeah, that was a real fun experience, that Pawn Stars experience, and it accomplished what I hoped it would.
Sure.
It just raised Pokemon to another level, and look where we are today.
For sure. It's like, so tonight with the Logan Paul pack, but you started the craze way back when. I mean, Pokemon Go, and it just needed just that. That's what it needed, you know?
Right. Yeah. Pokemon Go. That was a big deal. Once we saw that, we thought, well, what more can we do? You don't want to stop there, and so we didn't. We kept finding more and more things to present, and certainly it worked. And now it's catastrophically positive.
Absolutely. and it's. I mean, let's just be honest here. I mean, we went from $200,000 box where we thought that was crazy. Now it's a $350,000 box that we thought was crazy. And then he went and bought six $350,000 boxes, and now he sold one, and I helped to make it $1 million. And you have some of those amazing boxes.
Yes, I do. I got my collection of boxes. I have 9 of the first edition boxes, and I will go to my grave with them. My boys will get them, and it is unbelievable what's happened to these values. And now after this amazing break tonight, 2 Charizards, 3 Chanseys, a Blastoise, a Venusaur. I mean, just crazy, amazing.
Awesome.
Pulls. It's just going to add more, to what to these values, what they are already. People see that, and now they really want to get going. I feel like opening boxes.
Right? And then don't forget, you can also get maybe a possibly PSA 10 Dugtrio. I mean, that was also a great pull from that.
Dugtrio, at least he's a Pokemon.
That's true.
And it wasn't a trainer.
Yeah, or a Clefairy doll.
Right.
So I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Taking the boxes to your grave, right? But if they were to fetch $1 million or $1.5 million each, is it at least a little tempting?
Well, it's not the money side of it. If I was ever in a position where, if somehow for medical reasons, or if I couldn't pay my bills or something, I'm okay in that respect. So I don't foresee anything ever happening where I have to sell. Also, I think the worst time to sell things is when you have to sell them. So if you sell them when you don't have to sell them, you can pretty well maximize what you get. But it's too much of who I am, I think. I'm kind of known for that.
For sure.
And it's almost like I'd be selling a piece of myself, if that makes sense.
Hey, but still, how awesome is that? As far as we are an investment channel, so $100 boxes now worth, who knows, maybe even $1.5 million, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it may be $1 million before tonight, and now after tonight, maybe $1.5 million. Who could have foresaw that?
But for sure, street value, at least $500,000.
Yeah,
probably from this event.
Oh, for sure,
Absolutely. Crazy. The Pokemon community is buzzing about inflating values, but at the same time, just in general, how it is good that people are coming in, and the new popularity is coming through as well.
True. So. Yes, and this is Pokemon's 25th anniversary
today
on this date. Yeah, and so this just adds even more to it, and it also means there's a lot more to come.
For sure.
With the Tokyo Olympics coming up, and what that's going to mean with Pokemon sponsorship, and things like that going on. I mean, it's just going to get crazier.
Yeah, and we are actually here day of, so you're seeing this a little later, but it's still pretty cool that 25 years has gone by for Pokemon.
Wow, isn't that something? Who would have thought that? Yeah.
So I think I know the answer to this. So I know you have an amazing and the best, from what I understand, collection of Charizards.
Yes.
So, as far as PSA, I know you have PSAs, but don't you have some Beckett 10 Charizards as well?
I do. I have 2 pristine Beckett 10 first edition base Charizards.
That's great. What's the value of that card, just in your opinion?
Well, yeah, because one has never sold before,
Right.
besides the ones I bought quite a while back. I mean, it's safe to say it's over 7 figures.
Oh,
Or it's 7 figures or higher.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
and Charizard is by far just the card that just keeps on going.
Charizard has never had a leveling off. It's never had a dip. Every other card in the at least in the English Pokemon world has suffered, peaks and valleys. Charizard has never had a valley. It's never leveled off. It's just slowly continued to go up and up and up.
It's super
Safe
impressive.
investment.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we've kind of touched on this. We've hinted at this in the video. But where do you see Pokemon going after Logan Paul's newest $1 million box break?
I'll tell you something. You can't be anything but super optimistic.
I agree.
I mean, what is going on right now? In 2020, they thought it could never get better. Well, I mean, it is just elevated just that much higher in 2021, and with some things people aren't talking about yet, but that are coming up this year. With this being the 25th anniversary year, it's just going to go higher and higher. It's a very, very safe investment time for Pokemon. Don't be concerned about purchasing Pokemon.
For sure. And even like you said, it makes someone like you that loves the sealed product and loves your individual cards, because you have both.
Very
but
much so.
It makes you think, because it's just fun. It's so fun to rip packs.
Yeah.
Like a modern pack and a vintage pack with the shaky hands, these days, because they're so crazy. But how awesome is that it even makes us just want to go and do this even more. It's such an awesome hobby.
You ask people what is their favorite part of the hobby. That's it.
That's it.
It's you as a 10-year-old going down to the corner store, getting a pack and ripping it open and now doing it today, and those emotions flowing back in and the memories that come flooding back. It's that really is what it's all about. And that's why it's such a safe hobby investment. Hobbies have always been good.
Sure.
Hobbies have always been, good investments. There has never been anything like Pokemon before. And I've been a collector since the late 50s, collecting things from bottle caps to science fiction magazines to Mad magazines to everything. I've been a collector my whole life. I've never seen anything even close to what's happened with Pokemon. So what is the future? You can only underestimate the good that the future holds for Pokemon, because I've just never seen anything like what's happened up to this point.
I agree. And then once the celebrities all start joining in as well, there's no end.
They already are, and there's more, and there's many that are doing it privately. I get a lot of inquiries, from people that don't want to be,
Sure.
They don't want to be out there like Logan or Steve Aoki, or that they want to keep it private. And so there's a lot more than people even realize. And yeah, like you said, more on the way. Absolutely. Because these were all, 25 to 40-year-olds, that went through the same thing. Plus now their kids are into it.
Buying back their childhoods.
Yeah, and now they're sharing the experience with their kids. Back then, Pokemon was new, when my kids were little and I was doing this. Now you can actually share, with the kids and enjoy it. So,
For sure.
I mean, yeah, this is just unprecedented and a wonderful thing to be involved in.
So something that not everybody knows, but I hopefully showed you that I definitely pay attention to you and your story. Mm-hmm. But Charizard's not your favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, that surprises a lot of people, because for many years, besides being the Pokemon King, I was always called the Charizard King for 20 years.
Heck of a title,
Yeah. So what else could be my favorite besides Charizard? There couldn't be. Well, there always has been, and that my favorite. And the artwork from the base set with the Venusaur is my favorite Pokemon, and always has been. just something about the looks of that base set Venusaur with his rounded nose. Kind of reminds me of a pug dog.
Yeah.
Where you just want to grab his face and shake his face. And that just the look of that Venusaur, is what I like from the very beginning. And so, and of course, Charizard, a close second.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
So my question to you next would be, what are your thoughts on the Logan Paul box break? Is it good for Pokemon? I know it's good for the value, but is it good for Pokemon? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I know. And this for some odd reason, this is a controversial subject.
Very.
I see absolutely nothing but positive things coming from Logan's involvement.
I agree.
In Pokemon, and Steve's involvement, and the celebrity involvement. I see nothing but positives. And, yes, it's true. As a collector or an investor, maybe you can't get that fourth or fifth Charizard or something. Then you just have to, reassess your priorities in the hobby a little bit. Maybe you can't afford that first edition base set, but you can still work on a shadowless set. Or if that gets priced too high for you, you can go to an unlimited set. There's always somewhere to go, but I certainly wouldn't fault the people that are bringing more and more, enthusiasm and fun to the hobby. I wouldn't fault them at all in any negative way.
Just because prices are going up, yeah.
Yeah, just because the value, it makes it harder to get what you want. Okay, we'll work a little harder or just realign your goals. And that, we have to do that in life.
That's right.
In the financial world, you have to do it all the time. Maybe you could afford, I don't know what a good example you would use, but, a stock at when it was $100 compared to now where it's, $38,000. Obviously, you can't go for that, most people. So, yeah, I would say you just have to maneuver a little bit. And you can still enjoy it, just as much as you always did.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've got one last question for you. What do you think about all the modern stuff, about all the scalpers going and grabbing up all the product and sell them online? Do you think that's good, sucks, okay, or are they making a profit? I see both sides of it, but I would love to know your thoughts on it. Yeah,
well, it's funny. On a personal level, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan. I wanted to buy my little girl, my 6-year-old, something while she was in therapy last week, and so I went to the Best Buy, where they have a big Pokemon, section, multi-shelves and that. Sure. I went in there. It was totally empty. There was not one thing on that shelf I could buy that was Pokemon related. And I felt so bad. I took a picture of it and posted it on my Instagram. You'll see it on my Instagram showing the empty shelf and saying that, that something needs to be done about this. And then with the McDonald's packs, where you get people, where you get McDonald's managers and franchise owners taking the 1,000 packs and selling them privately, and then just putting a sign out front saying, put a sign out front saying, sorry, we're out of Pokemon things. I've gone in 4 times now into McDonald's to get a Happy Meal for my daughter, and I went in many times, but 4 times I was able to get a Pokemon thing, and I gave the pack to her. I let her little 6-year-old fingers rip them open and get her greasy fingers all over them and that. And Thua, my wife, at Autism Instruct, she put them up, puts those videos up on her Instagram showing the little girl ripping open doggone, that's what it's all about, is that's for them. And so I can see both sides, like you said. I'm pretty much a capitalist. I believe whatever you can do within the law, fine. But when it came to those Happy Meals, McDonald's Happy Meals, it kind of broke my heart to get comments saying that, well, I agree with you. These are supposed to be for the kids. And I wanted to buy a Happy Meal, but I thought the same. It sounds weird, I know, but I wanted to go buy a Happy Meal because we still go to McDonald's, we still go to the dollar menu, we still go do those things, right. And I refused. I wouldn't do it. And people messaged me, "Dude, you getting up in the McDonald's thing?" Now there was someone that made like a video about eating only McDonald's until he got all the collection, which was cool. Yeah, that would have been okay, but still, it's for the kids, Yeah, it is. And I don't mind that as much as I did the franchise owners, what they were just selling those cases.
Yeah.
And then those cases end up on eBay.
Yeah.
And then selling 1,000, 5,000 of them, and none of their Happy Meals have them, even though they advertise them.
So
The kids
sad.
love Pokemon, and they want to go get, let's get a Happy Meal, Pokemon toy,
Nothing.
and then so that's what I'm against. People going every day to, if it's you or me, to grab a Happy Meal and get it one pack, that doesn't hurt anything.
I agree with you there too. It's just after seeing all of it, I'm a huge fan of the collectibles. I mean, we know I've spent some money on it. It's an awesome addiction, is what it is. It's really it's fun. It's an obsession. So
yes, and you've done a good job with it too. That's for sure. And you share those experiences, and you and I, me watching you, that's how I could identify with you so much. Listening to your stories, me even wanting to comment on your Instagram.
I appreciate that
and stuff because because I felt like we were like kindred spirits. Where we really have that same outlook and those same feelings, and yeah, so I was really happy about that.
Yeah, I was very very happy to see your comment. I was like, I want to make sure it was actually him, because sometimes you get people that'll put like King Pokemon dot, and then the dot throws you off because they're just trying to keep your name. Very much appreciate you being here on the channel. So. Is there anything else left, another tip you might have for the viewers?
Well, one thing I might mention is, and something I suggested to Graham Stephan and to you, and that is maybe coming out with some content explaining the charity side of finances, the charity side of financials, because there's smart ways to donate and there's not so smart ways to donate.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm very involved in a charity, and I would love to see more content on that.
Absolutely.
And our charity is the Aoki Foundation .org/Pokemon, where we have a lot of good things going on, and we have events coming up that are going to actually involve you and going to involve a number of financial creators, content creators.
Very exciting.
And it's going to be fun. But that is, I would love it if your people could visit the Aoki Foundation .org/Pokemon.
Please go and follow and subscribe to the Aoki Foundation and Miss Twan. As what was her handle one more time?
My wife's handle is @Autism Instruct, and mine Real King Pokemon.
Yep, the real King Pokemon right there. So that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy videos like this, please power up that like button, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell. We post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'd love to have you there. Please comment anything you'd like to see in this video, anything you'd like to see in future videos, and especially if you like having King Pokemon here on the channel.
I'd love to be back.
Absolutely.
All right.
And we'd love to come to Vegas.
Good. Yeah, there you go. Not a bad place to visit.
At all. No. And so we will see you on the next one.